Welcome back, students who are taking financial accounting, and in this series of videos we are working on the Chapter 8, the theory for Chapter 8, which is on long-term and other assets. And so let me get down to the right slide here. Okay, so in this video, this is going to be relatively short also. Other assets, and basically it's just marketable securities. Okay, what are marketable securities? They're trading securities, held to maturity securities, and available for sale securities. Okay. Again, you can go ahead and read the book for the definitions of each. Just be aware that a company, let's just say Microsoft or Google or Facebook. Okay. Realize that all of these companies, they have stock. Okay. Which they uh, in order to get capital, they sell the stock in order to raise capital for for whatever it is that they want to do. And of course, that stock then is traded on the secondary market between individuals. So if when it comes to stock, let's say Microsoft puts out 100,000 shares of common stock at, I'm just going to make it $30 a share. Okay, so basically they got they're looking to get $3 million. All right, they're going to get $3 million to invest in their business for whatever it is that they're going to do. And of course, those shares sit out on the secondary market and they're traded day in and day out. Now, because those shares are on the secondary market to be traded, all right, other companies, they might have excess cash and they quote unquote could play the stock market. Okay, so they're able to buy and sell shares of other companies. I mean, Microsoft can buy Google stock. Microsoft can buy Facebook stock. Facebook can buy Google. Facebook can buy Microsoft. And when they do, they're called marketable securities. Right now, in the beginning of the chapter, they were called. I believe it was short-term investments. Or let me just see if I can't find it real quick. It was in a previous chapter is what it was. They were calling it short-term investments, and I had said I don't like that terminology because they're considered marketable securities. Well, in this chapter here, they're actually going to call them marketable securities. Okay, and the that's basically all it is just each company basically playing the stock market. Now, when we look at our balance sheet, we have cash, then we have petty cash, okay, then we have marketable securities as an account, and then we have accounts receivable, and then we have inventory, right, and so on and so forth. Okay, and I'll cover a little bit more of this in the reporting, which is the next video. Okay, but when in the hierarchy, we're on our balance sheet, we're talking about liquidity. Okay, so cash is the most liquid asset because it's already cash. We don't have to convert it into anything. Petty cash is still cash, right? Because all we need to do is just write a check for the receipts and get the cash in our box. It takes 2 hours to get it. Marketable securities comes next because all it takes nowadays is just a push of the button to sell the stock and get the cash into our brokerage account, and then to electronic fund transfer. It all can happen within an afternoon. All right. Accounts receivable, of course, that takes a little bit longer in that now we have to actually call somebody up and say, hey, you owe us this money. I know we gave you credit for 30 days, but we need the money now. So send us a check. Okay. But the whole point being is that in the scheme of things, marketable securities ends up, as one of your very first general ledger accounts, and it's only basically used um, for trading other companies' stocks, buying and selling other companies' stocks. Okay, and that's all there really is to it. Go ahead and read the textbook, but just be aware that excuse me, that companies do buy and sell other companies' stock, and they have to keep track of it, and they're trying to make a profit off of it. Okay, so that's all there really is to this. If you can basically just read the textbook. I mean, I debated not even putting this in. It's just so simple, but it is what it is. All right, so I'll see you in the next video for reporting.